Before we get to the story, I want to apologize for what happened. The story was originally scheduled to be released a day or two after it appeared for members. I didn't do any scheme, bro. I didn't make it exclusive for members. I just had a promotion and had to wait for their approval. They delayed me, then Easter came, then Labor Days, weekends when you don't get any response. In the meantime, I prepared a new story, and I'll integrate the promotion into that one, so I was able to make the story public today. Once again, I sincerely apologize. I'm not trying to justify myself, I was wrong, but I promise it won't happen again. We learn from our mistakes. Enjoy watching, and I hope it was worth the wait. What's wrong with you? Have you lost your mind? Dude, get out of here, or I'll beat you up. I look at him with disgust and get ready to leave. But he grabs my hand and kicks me in the butt as a reward. Man, if I had punched him while turning around, I would have knocked him out. But my arm was numb with my right hand, and he was holding my left. He puts his hand on my neck, ready to hit me. Hey, hi, I'm Gigi. Man, we had a beautiful childhood, but also a dangerous one. Both Senchik and I weren't afraid of anything. We did all kinds of crazy things. And because of that, we were seen as trouble kids, vagabonds, hooligans, but the truth was, we were just playing, man, we were kids. Now, the problem was that back then, people were stricter, everyone had a sense of order, of hierarchy, and it really mattered how you were perceived by others. What do they think about you? At least that's how it was in our part of the neighborhood. People were more snobbish, man, and kids were taught to be respectful, obedient, to kiss up to the old communist geezers. But not us. No way, man. Maybe that's also because I grew up in the rougher part of the neighborhood, at Grandma's place. Now that I think about it, besides us, the only ones on the street who did stupid stuff were Ogeya and Mucheya, who only came here during vacations, and later Lanu and Kostel, who also moved in when I was about 9 or 10 years old. Asu, Morlaku, Niku, Nelu, and the others from the street were obedient, smart, and respectful kids, just the way the system wanted them. We're just like an ant colony, man. Everyone has a role, everyone has a position, a task. And that's what you're programmed to do from a young age. To follow orders, to stand in line, to obey your superiors, to learn, and then to enter the workforce. You start a family and your kids repeat the cycle over and over again. Anyone who strays like a lost ant doesn't have a long life. It's hard on your own. Anyway, we weren't obedient and our parents didn't force us to be, so I was seen as a black sheep, even in the family. People like Dan, Marius, Doran, Ion came from good families. They were respectful, smart, at least that's how people saw them. You probably already have an idea of what they were really like. They were pretentious, fake, we weren't honest, real, we rarely lied, we were uneducated, you name it. And just like us, there was also a cousin, Caponaru. That's probably why I got along best with him, even though he wasn't really our age. He was about 3 years older than me, but just like us, he was the black sheep, both in the family and in society. In fact, he was seen much worse than us. Man, you've been bugging me to tell you Caponaru's story, so that's what we're doing today, and it's probably going to be a pretty long story. So get comfortable, grab something to snack on, and let's get to the story. Now, of course, I can't tell a man's whole life story in just a few dozen minutes. Hell, I have over 200 stories about my life, and I haven't even told you 10% of it. But I'll try to sum it up as best I can, of course, with what I know, important moments, events I witnessed, and what I heard from him and other relatives. So let's go back again to my childhood. I was about 4 or 5 years old, somewhere around there, and my mom and I went to visit her sister, Caponaru's and Irina's mother, his older sister. Man, I don't know exactly what was going on. I think there had been some kind of argument between Grandma and her mother when she married Caponaru's father. He was from the neighborhood there, came from a family of alcoholics, and neither Grandma nor especially Grandpa agreed with him. That's where the rift between them came from. Anyway, we didn't know until then. We hadn't met them, at least I don't remember. Where is Mom going? To my sister. She lives here in the building. She stays a long time. I want to go home. I talked to her a little too. You'll also meet Veri, Irina, and Caponaru. We get there, we go in, and Mom's sister opened the door for us. They had a 3-room apartment, quite spacious, somewhere in the Titan neighborhood. We go into the kitchen. Neither Irina nor Caponaru were there. They were at school, and we were bored to death. The kids are at school. The little one is coming now. He should show up soon. This one is at home, sleeping like the sleep of the dead. Would I really forgive you? Did he hit you? What's on your lip? I hit myself here. He didn't do it. Did he start drinking badly? Is that why you came? To lecture me? What? You don't have a hand's width left? Oh, leave me alone, damn it. What's bothering you so much? Do you want me to tell Marion? That's all I needed, to have a scene in my house. Don't say anything. You don't say anything, you know. I brought you some money. I don't have more either. Thanks, I'll give them back to you. How is he gonna find a job? Spoiler, she never gave them back. When the door was heard, it was her husband. Hey, did you make coffee? Come to the kitchen. Bring it, or you wouldn't have taken it, damn it. Faster. Hey, my sister's kids are at my place. Come here. Hello, excuse me, I came home tired last night. Hi, how are you kids? Good afternoon. They've grown so much. Hasn't he come? Is he at school? He should show up. There's coffee in the pot. So? Aren't you gonna pour me some too? Come on, my dear. I'll tell you, just wait. Something to drink? A liqueur? A juice for the kids? No, it's not necessary. Oh, why not? I'll go get it now. Go. He comes back with a bottle of juice, a small bottle of Tanita, and a bottle of vodka for himself. Hey, why are you doing this? What did I tell you? What did I do? I just got something to fix myself up. They argued for almost 5 minutes in another room, but you could hear a little bit. At one point, I think I even heard a slap. My mother's sister came back. He stayed in his room with the bottle of vodka. It wasn't long before Caponaru showed up too. And as soon as he walked in, he looked straight at us. He smiled. What's up, cousins? I'm Caponaru. Hey, hi, Gigi. Hi, Senchu. We're going outside. We'll talk like men. Will you let us, Mom? Take care of them, Caponaru. Hold on. Did you get any grades today? I got a 10 in music and an 8 in math. How come 8? Why? I didn't know how to do one exercise. Sorta only gets 10s. Why can't you? If it weren't for these little ones, you wouldn't be going outside today. Come with me, quickly. He got 3rd prize last year. This year maybe he'll get 2nd. I'm fine. I see that I'm fine. Sorta only gets 10s like I said. He's a boy. What do you expect? At least he shouldn't study because You weren't an honor student. What are you talking about? I wanted gymnastics, and then I found this wretch. Hey, she was a junior champion in gymnastics. She made the national team. She was supposed to go to the Olympics, but she got injured, and that was it. All that work for nothing. A year or 2 later, she married her current husband, the first one because she had several. We're going outside with the stubborn guy. We're cousins, kind of like Frascom, you know? Yeah, man, I didn't know. Yeah, cousin, that's right. Do you want to be friends? Yeah, we do, right, Gigi? Yeah, cousin, the 3 of us are friends. Come with me, I'll show you something. We go with him, and about 50 meters away, next to a fence, there were anthills with small pieces of bread. When I passed by, I almost stepped on a few of them. Hold on, man, you're stepping on them. I didn't even see them. They'll climb on us and bite us. They won't climb on us. We're keeping our distance. Iolanda Pinea this morning. She was terrified of them, man. Her eyes lit up when she talked. People say they're going to a wedding. What wedding? Where? That's what they say, that they go in a line. But I think some of them are coming from school. Look, these smaller ones, the bigger ones are coming from work. And others stay at home, prepare food, clean up, just like people do. And these ones, look, some got lost. They're going in the wrong direction. I think they did something wrong. They're being punished. Some come back, others get lost. Sometimes I catch up with them so they can return. Hey, do you know how to sing? What's this, Caponaru? Harmonica, don't you have one? No, won't you give it to us too? Yeah, you have to blow into it. Try to play it, I'll try too. Nothing, man, we were tone deaf. Caponaru takes it and starts playing. It was like angels playing harps. It was divine, sublime. At least that's how it seemed to us. Awesome, man. How did you learn? By myself, I've had it for almost a year. Play something else. And he played for almost half an hour. It seemed like even the ants liked it. After that, we went back inside, but not before leaving some breadcrumbs for the ants. Are you back, Mom? Yeah, will you get us a harmonica too? Like until yesterday. He got us one, but we got bored of it quickly. How's your hearing? Are you okay? Yeah, I haven't had any more problems. In 2 days, we're going to the doctor again. I don't like it there. I can hear fine now. There's nothing you can do. We have to go. She has problems, especially with one ear. She keeps getting wax buildup. Is it serious? It's not, but they need to be removed regularly. And the doctor gave us some drops too. Now she can hear well. As you know, Caponaru was partially deaf. Not all the time. He would go from time to time to get those plugs removed. But because of that, some speech defects remained. He didn't pronounce all the words correctly. That's because when he was little, his parents didn't know about this problem and he pronounced the words the way he heard them, many of them incorrectly. Leaving from there, we went to Grandma's in the neighborhood, and Sensei and I were watching cartoons on television. Mom was talking to Grandma, telling her what she had discussed with her sister, and it seemed like they were thinking about getting a divorce. That guy had really gotten bad with drinking. He wasn't working anymore, and he wanted to sell the apartment. She doesn't know what to do either. He says they have a house here and they'll have money left over, but the money goes fast. That guy isn't a family man, an alcoholic like his father and brother. I know, Mom, don't get involved anymore. Me, what do I have to do with it? She chose him, but it's a shame for those kids. They're well raised. She takes care of them. Does he beat her? Like any man, she's got a sharp tongue, don't you know? She doesn't have a good life with that drunk, may the worms eat him alive. And I said, think carefully, girl, he's not for you. He's not a family man. Enough, Mom. Marion will hear. He'll tell Dad. Maria was still young during the scandal, 16 to 17 years old, but Grandpa was still alive, and if he didn't want something, you couldn't mess with him. If he found out, he would go straight to him. Another year and a bit passed, and in the end, he sold the apartment. They got good money back then and bought a house with a yard in the neighborhood, and they even had half the money left, maybe even more. Caponaru was around us. Now he saw us much more often, at least once a week. Yeah, man, I was with him at the gate, and next to the tree, he sees this small ant hill. He takes the ants along with the dirt from there and puts them half a meter away. What are you doing, Caponare? They have to move, man. It's better for everyone this way. Why, maybe they were better off there. No, man, this way they see new places, meet new people. You help them make friends with others. It's better like this. And he starts stepping on some ants over there. What are you doing, man? Are you killing them? I have to, otherwise all of them will follow. He was stepping on the ones that were heading toward the old ant hills. You should give the ants a few pieces of bread too, cousins. They'll manage just fine on their own. Every 2 or 3 days, we would go to Grandma's. I was with Dad too, by car. Should we stop at Soar's place for a bit too? Another time, I don't feel like seeing them. The neighbors will see us. They'll tell those guys that we passed by and didn't stop. In the end, he stops. He shouts at the gate, nothing, nobody's home, but if we leave, they'll show up just like that, out of nowhere. Where are you going? Have a beer, boss? I'm driving. How about a soda, a coffee? They left. There was a small bar right on the corner of the street. It seemed that now Caponaru was spending most of his time there. Caponaru and Irina stayed with us. Caponaru had a bag full of soda cans, and Irina had one full of sweets. Here, Gigi, here, Senchuk, drink, cousins. Thanks, cousin. He gives each of us a can, takes one for himself, takes a sip, and throws it away. What are you doing, man? Maya, Gigi, the bag is full. Look, there's Vasile, too. Vasile, gypsy, come here. Let me give you a soda. Vasile comes. He gives him a can, too. He greets us and leaves. We go into the yard with them. Man, that's a huge swing. I'd only seen one like that in movies. Irina and I take a short ride on it. Let me show you something. Look what my dad got me. Is that a punching bag? Do you have gloves too? Oh man, it's just like the one at the gym. Caponaru had been going to boxing for a while. He throws a few punches there. Let's try it too. And in 10 minutes, Dad and Mom will be back. We get in the car. We leave. They were acting so tough. You know how they are. I don't even have money for a coffee. He still hasn't paid his debt. I'll tell him tomorrow. Forget it, man. Don't say anything to them, but they won't get anything from us anymore. Just wait and see them in a year or two. They'll spend all their money and end up starving. They've saved up something. That guy will get a job too. Oh, or they'll end up homeless. Look at me. Even my sister started drinking. She had 2 glasses too. Another year and a bit went by, and Dad was right. The money was spent quickly, the debts piled up, and Dad was already an alcoholic. And he started drinking quite often. One day, he came to us with the Caponaru. His mother was crying. She had a black eye and looked a bit bruised. Did that bastard really hit you? Report him to the police. And what do I do with these ones? Leave them out on the street? What do you say, cousin? Yeah, I came with my mom. Want to play a game? Yeah, man, I have a bump on my ear. Speak on this side. Are we playing a Caponaru game? Ha ha. What do you say, cousin? What, a game, man? Are you playing? Game? Yeah, man, yeah. Speak louder. Do you have plums in your mouth? You're the deaf one, fool. Who's the fool, Gigi? Now you heard, cousin. Come to the other room. Hey, Come play. Let's play Caponaru. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Have you taken him to the doctor again? With who? With the little one? With the ears. There's nothing wrong with him. He hears fine. Isn't that right, Caponaru? Yes, Mom, we're behaving. We can't afford a doctor right now. There's nothing wrong with him. I'll give you the money, but you have to take him. Mom gave him some money. They left. He spends it all on booze. If he drinks it, the others won't get anything from me. Some more time passed. Now I was in 2nd grade during the period when Dad was away working for a few months, and we had moved in with that grandma from the neighborhood. On my way, I passed by Caponaru's street and ran into him. He was at the gate. Hey, cousin. Hey, Gigi, coming from school? Yeah, I'm going home. Are you coming? No, I have things to do around here. I'm going, man, because I'm starving. Now, I don't know how, but his dad and mom heard us. They were in the yard, too. Call him inside. Hey, cousin, come in. I'll go. I'll come later. Come on, I'll tell them to let you eat. Come in for a bit, Gigi. I didn't like being at their place because they were always drunk, arguing, swearing, but I had no choice. I went into the yard and that big swing was gone. In its place was a swing made of rope and a plank. Pews and the punching bag were gone too. Actually, there was another one, a burlap sack filled with sand. Where's the bag, man? My dad made me this one. It's better. This way you can aim your punches. I hit the soft one at training. Do you still have the gloves? I don't need them, man. I've got 2 rocks right here. I look around there and I see the harmonica too, thrown out in the yard, bent, full of dust. Did you throw this out too? What, man? What are you saying, bro? Did you throw away the harmonica? It didn't sound good anymore. My dad will get me another one. He never got him another one. And the problem was with him, not the harmonica. He couldn't hear anymore. Anyway, his mom brought me 2 slices with pâté, one with margarine, and a glass of juice. I ate them quickly to get rid of them. I thanked them and left, but later that evening, his mom came to my mom to ask for money. I don't have it. Where am I supposed to get it for you? You don't have it. Come on, give me something. I fed your son today. He was starving, poor thing. Gigi, come here for a second. So you ate at their place, right? Didn't you have any food at home? Yes, I did, but they told me to. I was in a hurry, so I ate quickly. Look at him. He's lying, sister. Come on, give me some money. At least for the pâté margarine. I even bought him juice. He gave her some money because he couldn't get rid of her. They had already reached the point of degradation. She would do anything for a drop of alcohol. Another year passed, and Dad couldn't stand her or her parents anymore. They came to our place for Christmas and left with a demijohn of brandy and 3 or 4 hams from the yard. That's how they used to keep them back then, outside in the yard, in the open air. I mean, they left with them without asking. And then the stubborn guy showed up at our place. Lately, he was coming by less often. I hadn't seen him for almost a month. We started playing a game on the television. Why haven't you come by lately, cousin? You're working for a guy on that street. You haven't had time anymore. You're working. Aren't you too young? No, cousin. I like it. He gives me food and money, too. Come on, to the table. Don't come later. Go to the table. We're not eating. Caponaru would have gone. I saw him. I'm begging you again. The food is getting cold. Let's make a contest. Whoever finishes eating first is the coolest. I don't know, Mom. What's for food? Soup? Come on, Caponaru. You too, go to the table. Come. If not, I'm leaving. Wait, we're coming, Gigi. Wait, we're coming. Don't leave. I was with him. We ate. And later, 5 to 6 hours later, Mom calls us to the table again. We said no again. But Caponaru already had a plan. He goes, cuts about 3 loaves of bread into slices, then into small pieces, and calls us into the kitchen. He divides them by eye into 3 parts. Whoever eats first wins. What do they win? Aunt, do you have 2 lei? She gives them? Whoever eats first wins 2 lei. Come on. Of course he won. The Turks were watching his mouth, but we ate too. Then we went to the corner store, got a chocolate, and split it 3 ways, like we usually did. We ate it, and then Caponaru started walking on his hands. We went half a street like that. Can you keep going, buddy? Me? Oh, I can go all the way home. Don't your hands hurt? No, buddy. I'm a tank. After he got injured, his mom kept training. And when Caponaru grew a bit older, he also started doing what he saw his mom doing. Somersaults, tricks on the bar, jumps, anything, including headstands and walking on his hands. Was he good at that? Finally, we get to the gate and he tells us that we'll see each other in 2 or 3 weeks. His parents are sending him on vacation. Where? What vacation? To one of those kids' camps? In the mountains, I think. And do they have money? Isn't it expensive? The state pays half, and the other half they saved from what they've worked. Dude, are you stupid? Yeah, man, yeah. Every few days, Arena, his sister, comes by our place. Versa. She used to come by almost every week, each time with a new book from the library, and she would read to us from it. After a few hours, she tells us the same thing, that she's going away on vacation for a while. I thought she was leaving with Caponaru so she wouldn't get upset, but before she left, she went with Mom into another room and we hid behind the door to hear what they were talking about. And what do you think, brother? She told Mom that she's sending both of them to the orphanage, but Caponaru doesn't know. He thinks it's a vacation. The parents were about to get divorced and sell the house. After that, everyone was on their own. We couldn't believe what we heard. How did they end up in this situation? Why? What fault did the kids have? The second or third day, we were at Grandma's. Maria was also involved in the argument, and Caponaru, Irina, and Mansa too. We didn't play cards with Caponaru and Irina. They were talking about the children's situation. Keep the kids with you. You'll ruin them. And how am I supposed to manage? Should I stay with them on the streets? We'll help you too. How? Will you take us in? I would take you in, but you know it's not possible. Dad doesn't want to see them anymore. Not her, not her husband. As for me, Mom, I won't leave you on the street. What happened to your eye? Did he hit you again? We both fought. I hit him a few times too, yeah? Don't worry, I'll take care of him, and he did, according to what he said. And that's how they got out of the orphanage, at least temporarily. They moved for a while to Grandma's place, but not even 2 or 3 months passed before their mother found someone else. Also a drunk, but a bit wealthier. We were all at Grandma's when she brought him to introduce him to the family and to her kids, Caponaru and Irina. Their mother hadn't been around for 2 weeks. She had moved in with that guy, and Caponaru had started running away from home. He would disappear for 2 or 3 days at a time, stay at Vasily's place, and work wherever he could find something. Anyway, we were all there, and their mother said she was moving in with that guy and taking the kids with her. No, the kids stay with me. You do whatever you want. They're my kids. They're coming with me. Grandma's right. This isn't Dad. Go to hell with your father. Go to that idiot. What's your problem with the girl? Have you been drinking again? So what if I drank? Did you give me any money? Watch out. I'll drag you down the street. I'll take you far away. Stop fighting. Take the kids and go to the store. He gave them money to buy drinks, food, to get sweets, a whole bag of chocolate, corn puffs, cookies, juices. We went with them to the store, and on the way, Irina calmed down a bit. Maybe it's better with this guy. He gave us money to buy sweets. Yeah, Dad doesn't give us anything. Let's go to him. They were both happy, man, full of hope. I hadn't seen them like that in a long time. We got home, they thanked him for the sweets. That guy left them the rest of the money too. They all hugged each other and everything seemed good and beautiful. And in the evening they left for that guy's place. They moved in there. But as life always beats the movies, it wasn't good at all. This guy was much more violent than his father. He used to beat his mother until she ended up in the hospital, and both of them were drunk all the time. All the time. In less than 3 months, both Caponaru and Irina were in orphanages. I've seen Irina about 3 times since then. Once, after she turned 18 and left for America on a scholarship, she stopped by to see us, and about 10 years later, she came to visit again. She settled there, finished college, got married, and built a decent life for herself. She always helped Caponaru with whatever she could, and now they visit each other whenever they can. The last time I saw her was about 12 years ago. She came to visit for a few weeks and stopped by our place with Caponaru. Anyway, that story was tragic, but nowhere near as tragic as Caponaru's. Caponaru stayed at the orphanage for about 2 months, then he ran away from there. He came to us, scared, thin, dirty, beaten, and he told us what he was going through there. Beatings from the older kids, from the caretakers, humiliation, starvation, beatings again, maybe even more, but he was too ashamed to say. Orphanages in the 1990s were hell on earth, brother. At least the boys' ones. For the girls, they say it was better. At least that's what he knew from Irina. He went to that woman, stayed there for a week, but they came after him with the police and took him back again. He ran away again, went to his father, they found him again and took him back. Then he ran away and went to Vasily, wherever he could, and they didn't find him anymore, and after a while they didn't even look for him anymore. He was left alone, on his own, forced to manage in a harsh, cold world, and he was just a 13-year-old kid. Almost every Saturday, sometimes even on Sunday, the foreman was at our place. Many times, he would sleep there. I've told you before, we used to watch Benny Hill, Laurel, and Hardy, the cousin from abroad, and the 3 of us would laugh until we passed out. We played games, ate at our place, shared everything we had with him. Those were the most beautiful moments spent with him. One of those days, as usual, I went with him to the store or to get something to eat. Every time, we would also get a chocolate and split it 3 ways. On the street, on the way home, he saw an anthill. He goes over to it, takes some dirt, and covers it up. What are you doing, knucklehead? Are you crazy? Why would you cover it up, man? I want to see if they still know how to get back to it. Come on, let's watch. At first, some of them were disoriented, but slowly, most of them found their way. The following years were his glory years, as the fisherman you know from my stories. His cunning was different. He didn't have money like the old man, or a big family like Pardalian. He relied on his fists, toughened in that sack full of sand, and at the boxing gym, which he still frequented. And most of all, he relied on his charisma, on the fact that he knew everyone. And when I say everyone, I'm not joking, brother. I'd walk with him down the street, and 5 cars, 10 cars would honk at him. Everyone greeted him, from kids to old people. He was like Dorian Popa is now, just without social media. He was the network. How did he do that? Well, he was a hard worker, brother. A jack of all trades. He never shied away from anything. He dug, carried things, swept, and was content with little. 2 meals a day and a place to sleep. He never stole. He was trustworthy, and that's how he met both the big shots and the small-time hustlers in the neighborhood, and he became one himself. I had just finished 8th grade, and the old man wasn't doing so well anymore. His family had disappeared from the picture. Many were at Matitica, and Caponaru, once an important member of Moranish's gang, the old man's brother, couldn't find work anymore. Now everyone avoided him. He had made some enemies too, so he was having a harder and harder time getting by. Every 3 or 4 days, he would come by our place, he'd steal food with Sentyuk, and we'd go with him to the little garden so he could eat. In the meantime, my parents had separated too. Dad had remarried, so he wasn't really welcome in our house anymore. For a while, it was fine. Nothing had changed. But that's another story. Anyway, it was tough, man, and he had started hanging out with a group of Roma who weren't really up to any good. And one day he comes to us scared, sweating, pale-faced. What's wrong, man? Are you hungry? What weapons? I didn't have anything. What are you talking about, man? What did you do? Nothing. I didn't do anything. But who did? I didn't do anything to anyone. That's what I care about. Done, you deaf guy, done. Did you hear me? Yeah, man, yeah. So what happened? The police caught me, man. I ran away. How the hell? Are you stupid, man? Yeah, man, yeah. I was with some guys and they stole some money. Man, what did they do? At least that's what he told us. He went with 4 or 5 of those guys in front of a bank. He thought they were just hanging out there, eating sunflower seeds. A woman in her 40s came out of the bank and they jumped her to take her bag. She resisted and one of them punched her in the face. They took her bag full of money and ran away. Caponaru stood there frozen and 2 people caught him, then they called the police. They checked his identification and in a moment of distraction, he ran straight to us. And what are you doing? Where are you running? You have to go to them, they'll make it worse for you. But I didn't do anything, man, I was just there. Let them not struggle anymore. I won't say anything, man. Hey, we believed him. I don't know if he lied. But the thing is, a case was opened, but he turned himself in. They found the others too, but they were 14, 15, 16 years old. He was 17 at the time, but by the time the trial started, by the time it was judged, he turned 18. They gave him 3 years and something with execution. Only him, the rest got away. Because they greased the right palms with some money, because they needed a scapegoat, maybe he was the leader, only the one above knows. And him, of course, but they charged him with robbery. It was December, a day or 2 before Christmas. I was in the 11th grade, it was cold outside, but not a single snowflake had fallen that winter yet. But it felt like the air smelled of snow. You could sense that it could start snowing at any moment. It must have been around 9:30 in the evening, me and Sentyuk watching television check outside. Is it snowing? I already looked twice. Come on, Sentyuk, maybe it started. Hold on, Sentyuk goes to the window, and what do you think, man? Was it snowing? It's snowing, Gigi. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying, man. Come and see. I go to the window. It was snowing with big flakes, just like in a story. Shall we go outside? Come on, let's go. We get dressed quickly and go out to the gate. Man, I don't think it ever snowed more beautifully than it did back then. Big snowflakes were falling slowly. There was no wind, nobody on the street except us. We stood there, amazed, just watching. When I see someone at the gate by the fat guys, he was hiding behind a tree. He comes out a bit and waves at us. Hey, Sentyuk, there's someone behind the tree over there. Maybe it's that dumb mute guy. He waves at us again and hides again. It's not him. What if it's some crazy guy? Let's go slowly and see who it is. So we start walking slowly. There was already a thin layer of snow on the ground. It crunched under our steps. We get to about 4 or 5 meters away. We stop. Who are you, man? What do you want? Gigi doesn't answer. Come out, man. And he comes out, brother. He was wearing a jacket, a hat, hood on his head, but he recognized him immediately. It was Caponaru. Hey, cousins, how are you doing? I'm good, cousin. How are you? Did you get out? All done? Yeah, they let me out today. I came straight to you guys. We hugged like brothers. It was like a movie scene, like a Christmas miracle. He even had a bag in his hand. He got a beer, a soda, some sunflower seeds, cigarettes, and we just sat there with him in the snow for about 2 or 3 hours. I've learned my lesson, cousins. Now I know what really matters. Family, and you are the closest to me, you and my sister. He told us all sorts of things, what he did there, what the people were like, how he managed, probably also stories he heard from others. Man, he was changed, but I still didn't know if it was for better or worse. Pretty much everyone who goes through there changes, one way or another, and most of them become manipulators. They try to play you, just like they learned there. He moved in with his dad, was working wherever he could, and he always came to our place on Saturdays or Sundays, and at least twice during the week, always hungry. I used to come home from high school around 9 in the evening, man, and I'd find him at the street corner waiting for me. I haven't eaten in 2 days, bro. Wait for me here. I'll be back in 20 minutes. I'd go in, eat half, and put the rest on another plate, which I'd place on the window outside, or if Senchuk was home, he'd take it from the other side. I'd also take half a loaf of bread in my jacket and go with them to Caponaru. We'd go into the kindergarten so no one would see us and eat there. That's how it went on until summer, when unfortunately he lost his mother. Then he started hanging out with Marinushi, who had also just gotten out of jail. He would come by our place very rarely, maybe once a month, and usually he was starving. He didn't even greet us anymore. He'd just say straight up, "Hey cousin, give me something to eat." Sometimes we would just give him plain bread, especially during the day when we couldn't go out on the street with a plate. He was different. He was sad. His eyes were cloudy. I can't say for sure, but I think he was snorting flour during that time. Man, and this guy comes over one Sunday, right in the middle of the day, and greets us with his usual, "I'm hungry, man. I haven't eaten in 2 days." My dad was home, so I couldn't go out with a pot of soup. We were right in front of the yard, so I went and brought him a loaf of bread. I give it to him. He looks at it, frowns. I'm a dog, man. He was mocking me and throws the bread away. Dad is home like a punishment. Man, I was already fed up with him. He only thought about himself, never about the fact that Dad could find out, who at that time didn't let us talk to him anymore, let alone give him food. Plus, every time he would tell us how he was a big shot in prison, that he did this and that, he was the toughest one there, you know. A lot of it was lies, and I didn't like all that prison talk. Plus, he never thanked us, man. Sometimes he'd say thanks, bro, but with a tone like I was his waiter, and it just slipped out, man, without me realizing. Did you eat better in prison, man? That's all it took. He started right away. Yeah, man, yeah, you always had everything. You never missed a thing. Get lost, damn it. It was the first time he talked to us like that. He had scolded us a couple of times before, but this time it was different. You could see the hatred in his eyes. I left. Come on, Gigi, I'll stay a bit longer and then come. Leave, Senchuk. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Dude, go or I'll beat you. I look at him with disgust, and I try to leave, but he grabs my hand and pulls me back. I accept. Man, if I had punched him on the turn, I would have knocked him out. But my arm was numb, my right one, and he was holding my left. He put his hand on my throat, ready to hit me, but Pari Senchuk held him back. Did he hit you, Gigi? I'll beat both of you, idiots. Man, he couldn't really beat us, but he was Caponaru, our cousin, our friend. How could we hit him? Caponare, calm down, or Dad will hear you. I was mostly thinking about him, because if Dad saw him, there wouldn't be much left of him. He wouldn't back down, he was brave. Dika, what's your problem with them, Caponare? When he heard that, he went straight into a gallop. Go, Dika. He didn't hesitate for a second. What was his problem, guys? Did he mess with you? No, Melly, he just didn't try. I think he had taken some white powder. I told you, he didn't seem like himself. He wasn't in his right mind. After that incident, he never came around us again, and about 6 months later, we found out he disappeared completely. Nobody knew anything about him. Years went by, quite a few years, about 4 in total, and he showed up again. I was around 22 years old then. I had forgiven him a long time ago. I knew he wasn't himself back then. He had been through a lot, man. Anyway, I heard he had come back. And finally, a few months after he came back, he stopped by our place too. Hey cousins, how are you? He seemed cheerful, just like when we were kids, but you could still see a trace of sadness on his face. Hey, hi Caponaru. Hey cousin, where have you disappeared to? Well cousins, I've been in Moldova. Where, man? What the hell did you do there? I stayed at one of my dad's aunts. I worked for them. He told us that this aunt of his dad, together with her husband, had a small shop. He worked there. He also met a girl, got together with her, and even showed us pictures. Man, he had an old Nokia phone. The pictures weren't clear. Honestly, I didn't really believe the story, especially about that girl he called his princess. He said that in the end she cheated, actually with his aunt's son, basically a cousin of his, and he broke up with her. They argued there, she kept hitting him, he couldn't do anything, and he came back. Now he was staying at his father's house, who in the meantime had also passed away. Cousins, I know I was wrong to you, I was foolish, but that's how it was back then. I've even forgotten about it as a punishment. I want to apologize to you. You always helped me, you shared everything with me, you brought me food. Thank you, cousins. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten when I used to come to you, Gigi, and you would give me your portion of food. You would stand in the cold and snow with me so I could eat. Hey, did I ever say anything to you? No, man, but back then, you were our cousin. Of course we helped you, and now I'm not your cousin anymore. Yes, man, I didn't mean it like that. Don't take it the wrong way. I know, I was wrong, but I'll make it up to you guys. He moved in with his dad, like I told you, he found a job, and after about a month he stopped by to see us again, and come with me, I want to show you something. So I went with him to kindergarten and he pulls a harmonica out of his pocket. Look what I bought, it's new. And he starts playing it just as beautifully as when we were kids, next to an anthill of course, just like the first time. He gives them some breadcrumbs. I think in the end they're going to the cousin's wedding. He was truly happy, just like the first time I met him. Man, but soon after, he had teamed up again with those troublemakers. And the crazy guy kept insisting that I should be their driver. Come on, man, you just take us there and bring us back. They'll pay for everything, they'll even give you money. The idea was for me to be their driver. I was supposed to drive them to different clubs in Bucharest and other places, stay with them there for a few hours, and then bring them home. We were talking about a lot of money, 1,000 euros per night. I immediately sensed that something was off. I suspected it was about hallucinogenic substances. But anyway, I wouldn't get involved with those kinds of people. I was fine at the garage, with 1,200 lei a month as much as I knew back then. Much less, but honest money, brother, and I could have peace of mind. No, man, I'm not getting into that stuff. You don't have to worry about anything, bro. You just drive the car. I'm not coming, man. I don't need it. Think about it some more, bro. He came by 2 or 3 more times, once with a car with 2 shady guys in it. Couldn't I get rid of him? He didn't mean any harm. He was trying to help me, from his point of view. We need a driver tonight, Gigi. Are you in? What the hell are you doing here with these guys? Didn't I tell you no? They're good guys. They pay well. Dude, leave with these guys before my dad sees you. I don't need this kind of trouble. He understood this time, and it didn't take long, just a few months, and he finally came to his senses, this time for good. I suspect it was Sorsa, Irina's doing. I think she had a serious talk with him and made him understand. About a year later, one evening around 9, Caponaru calls me. He asks if I want to come have a glass of wine with him. Where? On School Street, next to the kindergarten, of course. Look, I'm just telling you the important events. We had seen him before. For a beer, for a smoke. We used to meet up from time to time. Alright, I'll come for 10 minutes, and I call Costel because he was working late. What are you doing, Costel? Nothing, just at home. Are you out for half an hour? Alright, I'll come out, I'll wait for you at the gate. I took the van, picked up Costel. I told him we're going to Caponaru, and in 2 minutes, we were there. We got out, Caponaru was there, another guy, and 2 girls. They had 2 or 3 bottles of wine. Glasses, it looked like they were celebrating something. What's up, man? Are we saying hi there? This is Monica, my wife. Congratulations on your marriage? Congratulate them, man. Best wishes for their marriage. They hadn't gotten married officially. That girl had just moved in with him. The other girl was her sister, although still a friend. Would you like a glass of wine? Man, I don't drink. I'm driving. Come on, Gigi. At least have a sip. Fine. Pour me half a glass. I had a glass with them, and that girl told us about herself, since they were already pretty tipsy. She told us that her parents used to beat her, tie her up when she was left alone at home, and they did the same to her older sister who was now with her. They wouldn't let her go outside at all. She was in some kind of religious sect or something. Anyway, a year ago she had run away from home with her sister. For a few months she had been taken in by Caponaru, and now they were soulmates. It's been 16 to 17 years since then, and now they're both together, 2 tormented souls who healed together. I left with Costel, and what does he say? Do you know who that Gigi girl takes after? Who? With Monty, the one who was in middle school with me in my class. That crazy one? Yeah, I think that's her. No way, but you know, she does look a bit like her, and her name is also Monica. If I say so, that's her. We both laughed. Man, why? Because we were stupid, first of all, and at school we knew her as the crazy one. To be fair, that's how she acted. She was wild. She had a shopping cart like this with her, with clothes, food, water. She didn't talk to anyone. She would stare, scream, yell. The classmates made fun of her. She would get into fights. Everyone knew her as the crazy one, and she probably was like that at the time. But nobody knew why? What was happening to her at home? How she was raised? We're a lot like ants. We work all our lives, we have a purpose, there's a hierarchy, and order, and those who get lost along the way usually end up crushed under the heavy boots of those who make the rules. Those who manage to reintegrate are few. Those who learn something from their mistakes, as well as their parents, are even fewer. Caponaru did it. He hit rock bottom, went down a little further, then managed to come back. He climbed mountains, got above everyone. No, but he didn't have to. He climbed just enough to live a peaceful life, both he and his wife. He gave up the tricks a long time ago. He left the past behind. Now he works. He's happy with his wife, and sometimes when he's alone, just him and his thoughts, he goes to a park, finds an anthill, and sings to them, brother, from the heart, just like only he knows how. Then he throws them pieces of bread. Life is hard, I know. Many get lost along the way, but if he made it, you can do it too, brother. You just need a little willpower. A bit of a sad story, I know, but these have their role too. I hope you learned something from it. Your future opinion will meet with new sites. Bye. Thank you for watching.